the Cutler emotions that we saw. Herm, what's okay? What's acceptable? Because we saw Aaron Rodgers give it to his receiver there as well. Why is Rodgers good and Cutler's the bad guy?
Well, you got to know who you're hollering at and what the player's mindset is. And I think these receivers have worked with Aaron Rodgers. He understands how he can holler at certain guys, and certain guys you got to tap them on the back and say it's going to be okay. Well, I thought when Jay Cutler got angry at the left tackle Webb, that's fine. But, you know, he's going to have to play left tackle. You don't have another left tackle. And, by the way, that guy protects your backside.
Right.
And then what I thought that happened to Jay Cutler, he got involved in it, and all of a sudden it made him emotional. And you can't be emotional as a quarterback. You have to stay calm. You have to call the plays.
Right.
You're the guy that plays with the football.
But don't you want to see a little emotion out of your leader?
You do.
You want to see a little fire. Shows like he cares, which has been the knock against Cutler, that his body language shows he doesn't always care.
Understand who you're playing with. Webb is struggling out there right now. You got to help the poor guy.
Right.
You know, it's 2nd and 25. Guess what?
Right.
You can't hold on to the ball that long either as a quarterback. They're coming, okay?
Right.
Get rid of the ball. You know this guy. They're coming, and they got Matthews out there. Guess what? That's a hard matchup for Webb.
Yeah, Clay Matthews was coming, too. 4 sacks in this game. And the other thing is there's nowhere to hide anymore, right? When you were playing, you know, there were 1 or 2 cameras out there.
Oh, they got everything now. They got instant they high-definition cameras. They get you, boy. And they get the quarterbacks, you know, jaw. And it's good. You want to have emotion. But this game was still close at that point. And I thought when Jay lost his composure, then he made a big error with throwing an interception.
Right.
I mean, you can't do that.
That led to another field goal before the half and a comfortable lead.
Yes.
And all the momentum. What's Chicago feeling right now? What's the feeling in the Bears locker room right this second?
Well, they've got a great head coach in Lovie Smith, and I know how he's going to react to this. He's going to say, hey, man, we lost a football game. We're going to look at the tape. We'll correct these errors. And Lovie, he'll make sure they understand this. Look, when you turn the ball over 4 times on the road, all right, you allow 7 sacks, 8 penalties. Can't win.
Right.
You're not going to win a football game. I don't care who you are.
Right.
And that's what happened to him, basically. This was a tight football. Think about this. This was a tight football game before the fake. And even after the fake, it was going to be 10-0. They were in good shape. Then it became 13, and then they were battling uphill.
And we saw so many rare offensive highlights for the Bears that when we did, Matt Forte makes a play, and then he goes out of the game with the ankle injury.
Yeah,
he's the running game for Chicago and finally getting paid. They need him.
And you have to give the Green Bay Packers a lot of credit. They came out and tried to run the football some. They actually ran for 100 yards the first time. That helped them. That really kind of slowed the Chicago Bears down, their ability to run after them. And I thought Aaron Rodgers did a good job of being patient because the Chicago Bears are going to force Aaron Rodgers to throw short passes because of the defense they play. They play cover 2. And early you could see Aaron Rodgers. He couldn't hit anything deep. He just kept pressing away. They ran the ball when they saw cover 2. In other words, no 8th man in the box. You can run the football. And the Green Bay Packers tried to do that.
Packers did not have Greg Jennings coming in. You thought that could have been a key. As it turns out, it wasn't. The loss of Forte, though, in this game, how much of a factor?
Well, they have Bush, but he's fine inside running. But as far as catching the ball, that's where Forte is a big, you know, he's dangerous that way because he can catch it, he can run it inside, and he can make explosive plays when he gets outside.
The Bears are home next for the St. Louis Rams. The Packers next up play on ESPN's Monday Night Football at Seattle. So you gave us Chicago's mindset right now. Hey, these are correctable mistakes. Got a lot of talent. What about the Packers then, situation? What's their feeling right now? Huge sigh of relief, I would think, in 1-1.
Well, and they won a division game against Chicago Bears team. That's a good football team. They'll see them down the road. But they established themselves again as, hey, you know what? We weathered the storm. Everyone thought that if we lose this game, we're done. This is the Green Bay Packers, by the way. 2 years ago, they won a Super Bowl. Remember, with a record of 10-6, and Chicago Bears had won the division. So anything goes. Both these teams will see each other again. I think they both get in the playoffs. I said it all along. Packers probably win this division.
Right.
Chicago Bears gets in as a wild card.
See them in the playoffs.
We'll see.